So we have to be careful of those who are foot soldiers for the establishment, who will do anything for those Democratic elected officials of the establishment. And the people that we put there that were supposed to go in there and fight for us, like this one over here. And I blame Jimmy because I saw her on this show. And then I went hiking from, a long truck from all the way from the end of Long Island to go into town, to go into the Bronx to watch one of her campaign sessions as it was when you're knocking on doors session. So they were getting together and they were coming up with a plan, and it was pretty cool to watch them in action. They were very organized. They had the great pizza that day, but they were very organized. Like the Muslim-speaking people come over here, the Hindu-speaking people come over here, the Spanish-speaking people come over here, the English people, they separated. All right, you're going to hit this area, you're going to hit that area. They were very organized. So it was very impressive, but as soon as she got in there, people started to question, what came first, the chicken or the egg? Was she already compromised before she went in there? Because a lot of people make the nickname AOCIA, right? The connections. Or did she get compromised when she went in and just get turned like every single Democratic squad member or every single Democratic progressive that goes in there? I mean, for crying out loud, we just talked about Barbara Lee. Barbara Lee is funding and supporting the war, and she was the only one to stand up against the AUMF. We don't have one Democratic representative out there pushing back against this war, for crying out loud. So when we have situations like this, which I'm going to show you right now, it gets extra aggravating because she's doing the exact opposite of why we put her in there to do what she was supposed to do, and that's stand up against the establishment. Take a look at AOCIA or AOU Fugazi protecting Joe Biden and Hunter Biden. Oh, the lawyers speak.
And any serious impeachment investigation or inquiry relies on firsthand sworn testimony of witnesses to high crimes or misdemeanors. Today, the Republican majority has called in 3 witnesses to advance their case. Mr. Turley, I have a simple question for you. In your testimony today, are you presenting any firsthand witness account of crimes committed by the President of the United States?
I just got to stop it for 2 seconds. Do you hear the speak? Well, there's no firsthand testimony. Even though we have emails, phone calls, we have Joe Biden admitting guilt that he said he was going to get the prosecutor fired. The prosecutor that was going after Sutton. Yeah, we do. We have him admitting it. Look at the way she's twisting this thing. And this is disgusting.
No, I'm not.
No, you are not. Ms. O'Connor, you are the second Republican witness here today. Have you, in your testimony, presented any firsthand witness account of crimes committed by the President of the United States?
I have not.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Dubinsky, as the third and final Republican witness in this hearing, have you, in your testimony, presented any firsthand witness account of crimes committed by the President of the United States?
I have not.
And Professor Gerhardt, given that you are the minority witness, I assume the same, correct?
I'm not a fact witness, correct.
Thank you. Are there any key material fact witnesses here today?
No, ma'am.
None. And so we are wasting our time. When we talk about a threshold of an impeachment inquiry, was there a House floor vote that had a majority of members of Congress that opened an impeachment inquiry into President Clinton?
There was.
There was. Was there a full House floor vote opening an impeachment inquiry into President Trump?
In 2019.
Is there one here for this one?
Not for this one.
There is not one here for this one.
That's why McCarthy is and why Matt Gaetz is talking about bringing him into compliance, right? You know, that doesn't mean anything. Even if there wasn't a full House vote, even if there was no firsthand testimony there today, we understand. I mean, you're going to sit there and you're going to argue that Donald Trump deserved to get impeached for refusing to send weapons to Zelensky and his regime at the time until he played ball. Now, granted, I think it was more about, him being greedy, wanting dirt on Joe Biden and what happened in Ukraine, because there's so much dirt on Joe Biden in Ukraine. He's been carpetbagging there for God knows how long. So is Nancy Pelosi with her son, Paul Pelosi, Paul Jr., right? Not the squeaky hammer guy, the father, but the son. Adam Schiff for brains got money from a Ukrainian oligarch, one of the Ukrainian oligarchs that kind of came into power and got a lot of bids for a lot of the weapons deals in the Ukraine after the government changed in 2014. He was out here in California in Glendale selling plates at $2,500 a piece to go into an Adam Schiff event to get him money for his campaign. John Kerry, Mitt Romney, all these people, they have dirty hands. They've been carpetbagging there for quite some time, and she wants to sit there and argue that there is no reason we are wasting time looking into corrupt Joe Biden. When Joe Biden, I mean, there's phone calls. There's a phone call intercepted with Joe Biden talking to Poroshenko, and Joe Biden showed up for Poroshenko's inauguration in Kiev after the government was changed in 2014. A couple years later, when they did the first election, Biden showed up. He'd been carpetbagging there for quite some time, corrupt as can be. And AOC wants you to believe, ladies and gentlemen, there's no reason to impeach Joe Biden. Isn't that sweet? Wow. Talk about you put somebody there to push back against the establishment, and she just lifts them up. She's become a great foot soldier. All the fraud squad, all the progressives are in the bag for the establishment. Listen to the rest of this.
This is an embarrassment.
You're an embarrassment.
An embarrassment to the time and people of this country.
Wow. You go ask the majority of people in this country if they feel that Joe Biden should be impeached, and I guarantee you the majority of them will say yes. The populace wants him impeached, not just the Republicans, right? I'm a leftist. I want his ass impeached. I don't think he should have been there from the get-go. But this is ridiculous, and this is what the fraud squad has completely become. Like, remember when Darth Vader goes, the Force is with you, but you're not a Jedi yet. And now they're like, you are a complete dark side person. You've completely sold out. Your sellout is now complete, AOC. Misha, you got anything to say about that one?
Well, yeah, impeaching Biden or looking into any of his crimes, a waste of time. What's not? Sunscreen.
Yeah,
sunscreen. Get your sunscreen. Very important.
Oh my!
It actually is important. I'm sure. You know,
it is. Oh my Lord! It's ridiculous at this point. I mean, we're not even talking about. He's the big guy. I make the joke, the big guy, and it's all over those emails. The big guy, the big guy. You got Hunter Biden, and that's the thing. There's some indictment going forth now. It looks like McCarthy is going to try to bring up maybe impeachment. They still haven't subpoenaed Hunter Biden once. It's ridiculous. But, I mean, if now they get this moving, and that's why I think a lot of the pieces now, with the Dianne Feinstein death, so many pieces are in play, now you can move around. You give yourself a little bit more. When you get that Tetris thing and you get that one block on and it frees you up some more space to move some pieces around? The establishment has that, so we have to pay close attention to what they're going to do next, Maybe AOC should be, well, she can't. I was going to say.
Wanting her to hop into a different seat?
I don't know. I don't know if they can move some things around. I was going to say maybe she can be the vice president, right? Gavin Newsom AOC seat. Is she old enough yet? I don't even know. That's interesting.
I think she is.
Yeah, it's got to be 35, right?
Yeah, I think she is 35.
I think. How about a Newsom AOC seat?
Well, they both have great hair.
Yeah, Newsom Cortez, right?
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Tampa, Boca Raton, Orlando, Dallas, Houston, San Diego, Bloomington, Illinois, Indianapolis, and Levittown, New York. Wow, that's a lot of dates. See you there.